Getting some stuff ready. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? There wasn't enough wind because the hurricane missed us, thank God, but we have a fan so you can simulate a hurricane today. So that'll be good. Thank you, Greg, for that. Everybody knows you're supposed to put your card in when you come in. All right, we got a big day today, and I really appreciate everybody being here. Everybody know what that is? That's the Fulshear Chargers, ranked number 15 in the state right now. And in the area, they're number 4. I'm sorry, the Katy Tigers, we're ranked higher than them. How about that? I mean, it's our first time. We're excited, but way to go, Chargers. And they play tomorrow night at Trailer Stadium, and yours truly will be there announcing. So hopefully you can make it to the game. It's a fun team to watch. Really a fun team. Okay. I'm glad everybody made it out in the rain. I heard there's a little accident that might be slowing some people down, so more people might come in. We got a lot of wonderful things today. Did Will Chesney make it in yet, Mike? Will, I've been looking for you. There he is, right there. All right, we got you. He's been here the whole time. Stealth mode for me, right? There you go. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, we're going to start things off with our invocation. And before we bring Gary up to do our prayer, I just would like to say a few things real quick about today. If you'll indulge me just a moment. I put it on my phone. And of course, it's so easy. And Gary, you can come on up and get ready so this will dovetail right into the prayer. Gary Kurkowski, our chamber chaplain. Thank you, Gary. This being a special day, I just want to just everybody take a moment. I just thought about this the other day, and 9/11 is a pretty special day in one respect, that I think everybody here can remember exactly where they were and what they were doing that morning. And I just want to reflect on the significance of September 11th. It was 23 years ago, which really blows my mind. But our nation witnessed a devastating attack on American soil as terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airplanes and carried out unimaginable acts of violence. They struck in New York, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, leaving scars not only on our land, but on our collective sense of safety. 3,000 lives were lost and more than 6,000 were injured in unspeakable tragedies. And people are still dying today because of 9/11. Yet in the midst of this darkness, the strength of the American spirit shone brightly. Across the country, we saw people from all walks of life, every age, background, and belief come together to send a resounding message that evil will not win. In the hours and days and the years that have followed, our first responders, law enforcement officers, military personnel, healthcare workers, and simply everyday citizens across our nation rose to the challenge. Their brother and sisterhood, their bravery, their selflessness in the face of danger and grief continue to inspire us, and we owe them a deepest gratitude for their unwavering dedication to their fellow Americans. On this solemn anniversary, I invite you to join me in remembering those that we lost on September 11th and holding their loved ones in our hearts. While this day serves as a reminder of the terror that sought to divide us, it also stands as a testament to our nation's resilience. We emerged stronger, and the United States remains a beacon of freedom and liberty for all. If we could all just be today what we were on September 12th, wouldn't it be a totally different world? So may God bless our nation and guide us forward in Him. Gary?
Thank you, Don. I must say as well, real fast, can we all stand in this prayer? let's just be real. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but my God is bigger. You know, he's got to stand on the right side of the butt, is what I was raised. So even though there was devastation and heartache, we are better together, we conquer together, and we are stronger together, as long as we keep him focused as number one. And I know we're all different faiths, but we all serve a God, and I know he gives us the strength to persevere, gives us the endurance, gives us the unity and the relationships that we have in this room. As long as we stick together, we can persevere and get through it together, right? So all glory goes to him. So let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your love. And the special day today is, 9/11 and that remembrance of that tragedy. And even though the devil meant for evil, you turn around and make it good. And as we stand together and proclaim your goodness over this country, over this city, over these people today here in the chamber, we just want to give you all the glory and honor. We want to praise you. Thank you for protection. Thank you for relationships and businesses that withstand and continue to push forward, even in such times as this. But we trust you, we love you, we thank you, and we praise you. And it's in your name we pray. Everybody said,
Amen. Thank you so much, Gary. Appreciate it. Please, if you want to please stand, just keep standing, because I know that Dina would like for you to stand for this next part. Right, Dina? We're going to do our Pledge of Allegiance. Dina.
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I want to say to all my veterans, I came up with a new hashtag. Thank you for my freedom.
Thank you for your freedom. I love it. Okay, now y'all can have a seat. Thank you guys so much for all that. It is a special day. And Whataburger, and I know I have screaming fans. It's awesome. I love it. But Whataburger supplied our breakfast this morning. I think their taquitos are absolutely awesome. Is there anybody here from Whataburger? They thought they might come over, but I'm sure they got real busy real quick. But, Okay, but, head over there for lunch today or something like that and tell them thank you, Jennifer. And this is what is called What a Hero Day. So that's kind of why we have Whataburger today. And we're going to start some new things with Whataburger that is going to be like What a Teacher Day, What a Hero, kind of like what we're doing. What a Chamber Member maybe, or something like that. So get ready for a few fun things with Whataburger. But thank you, Whataburger, for the wonderful breakfast this morning. And if there's any left out there, stick a couple in your pockets and go around eating taquitos all day. Also, we want to give it out up to Humble Grounds. There's Humble Grounds. Where's Becca? There's, stand up, Becca. She doesn't get to stick around very often, but Becca Speed and her husband, they own the Humble Grounds, and they also have another store in downtown Katy. And please visit them. If you're going to go get extra coffee this morning, skip the franchise, go local, okay? If I see you at Humble Grounds, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. You do a really unique thing, which I think is awesome. I'm going to put the plug out there. She has a chalkboard where people will come in and buy a cup of coffee for somebody and write that person's name on the chalkboard. So if you go in there and you see your name, hey, somebody bought me a cup of coffee. And, you just point out that that's your name. So far, I've been every person that's been on that board so far, and they don't believe it, but I'm not campaigning, but I think it's a really cool, what a way to pay it forward, right? And buy a friend a cup of coffee, and what a great surprise to go in there. So thank you, Becca, for all what you do with the community and everything. Is Thomas here to talk about 5K? Okay, we got a 5K coming up in January. Just want to let you know it's a Heritage 5K. But before that, we have a couple of quarterly luncheons that's coming up. It's going to be wonderful, teaching you some sales techniques. And then we also have our Scarecrow Festival. So everybody get ready for that. In addition, on October 2nd, for new members, we're going to get to you guys in a minute. We want you to connect with us at our chamber office. And we're going to have a pizza party on October the 2nd at our chamber office for new members to come and meet our board of directors, something new that we're doing. and get the chance to know more about how the chamber can help you. We're here for everybody, but we'd like to just kind of indoctrinate and get our new members up to speed. All right, welcome officials. One of my peers at the Fulshear City Council, let's give it up for Sarah Johnson. And she's District 1 there. Stand up, Sarah. Let everybody say hi. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And from Ethan Casimir with Congressman Troy Nell's office. Thank you, Ethan. And Ethan has just stepped up and is now district director, or not that high, but you moved up to William's position. So we'll see more of William. We love seeing him. And of course, my good friend, Edward Krennick, he's a candidate for the 400th District Court candidate. There he is right there. Thank you so much, Ed. Appreciate you being here. And we're going to go on to welcome officials and guests. Now, if you're a new member, where's Mike? Could you be my enforcer today since you got a uniform on and everything? And the other Mike is not here. But we want you, if you're a brand new member of our chamber, come down this way, get on this microphone, tell us your name and your business, and maybe a quick tagline. I don't need the whole dissertation of what you do because we have a long program today, and I really want to get our guest up here as soon as possible. So if you kind of move on, I think Dino will sit there, won't you? Dino, you'll sit there and start doing. Okay. Well, you got backup today. So please come on down this way. We have some wonderful new members in the chamber. Come on around. And Ken, I saw him yesterday. Where were we yesterday? Memorial Hermann. Memorial Hermann just expanded their ER. It's phenomenal. It's really, really great. So Ken, good to see you. Please say hello.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ken Kossab, and I own a video production company called Limelight Films. And we produce marketing videos and commercials for businesses and social media. And thanks for the warm welcome.
Glad to have you, Ken. Fantastic. Come on into the middle, into the limelight. How about that?
That's a lot of limelight. I'm Courtney Gallion. I'm a marketing consultant who specializes in content marketing for smaller service businesses. We do video, content strategies, blogging, newsletter marketing, social media, and I like working with service businesses because I like to say that I help people who help people.
That's awesome. And just before you go next, I just want to say is that you kind of made a point that you do video as well, but our chamber is really unique. It's not necessarily a BNI or where we have one person in one industry. But what's great about having several professionals kind of in the same industry, as we just saw here, there could come a client that where maybe you're just too busy at this point to really take care of them, but you can refer them to the other person that you know in the chamber and work collaboratively. Well, maybe you need to know Ken then. Go sit next to Ken. But isn't that great where I know a lot of realtors work together in some respect, maybe the energy companies. A lot of you have a business that can collaborate with other folks in our chamber. So don't forget that. We're here to help each other. That's what's great. So who's next? Hi.
Hi. I am Dina Holstein. I have Blue Heron Bookkeeping, and I do your small to medium business bookkeeping needs, full month cycle accounting, and can help with some higher level strategies.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bookkeeping, everybody needs that for sure. John.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is John Delos Reyes from Aspen Cove Assisted Living. So we provide care and a second spark in life for seniors who need assistance in daily living. So we're opening up a home here very soon, so we'd love to have you there. So leave the caregiving to us so you can be daughters and sons again. Thank you.
That's really great. I like this new trend right now. We have, many know that my mom's kind of in some situation, but it's, these are homes, and when your moms and dads and your folks need assistance, sometimes that hospital environment just isn't as welcoming as a home. So I like this new trend that's kind of coming along. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. My name's Keegan Oberton. I'm a business development consultant at Gonda Legacy. We specialize in digital marketing, automation, and any kind of technical support that you might need for your small business.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pass that on to here. Come on in. Pet Evolution.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm the owner of Pet Evolution, the whole foods for our furry babies or pets, cats and dogs. We are at 1463 and Tamaron. We opened a couple of weeks ago, and I would like to invite all your furry babies to our store, and we'll make sure that they feel the special, special, special. We have grooming, we have self-washes, we have a nail trim coming to your doorstep, and we have the high-quality food. And we really welcome Blue. We are looking forward to have him in our store very soon. So thank you, and please support.
Thank you. I just want to point out, you said if you have a pet like a dog or a cat, just want to remind everybody, cats have you. You don't have cats. Just letting y'all know that.
Hi, my name is Leah. I'm a physical therapist for 30 years, and I own a residential assisted living. We're about to open ours in Fulshear Lakes, and we hope to see all of you there.
She's doing sort of the same thing, John, and we need more. This young lady right here, also, I got to give her props. She was a physical therapist and took care of my mother in the hospital, so we love her to death.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get started, let me go to the next one. I want to remind everybody, hey, tag us on social media. Tag people that you're here. Let people know, and don't miss our meetings. Invite anybody you can to our meetings and everything. We really want you to do that. And we have a lot of programs out there to help you grow your business. I see Tony out there. We're doing Networking University. And I want to give it up for our board of directors. And the reason I want to do that right now is because our board of directors has finally, after 10 years of growing our chamber, we realized something's a little missing. We need to kind of get that extra level of what we can do. And many of you answered our survey as members, and I appreciate that because we got so much information of what's important to you and what makes us a better value to you. So our board has done this, and shout out to Carla, our chairwoman, right? Stand up, Carla, and the rest of our board of directors are here. Rick, I saw a few, and there they are, Freddie and Gary, and we appreciate it, and Tony. And they've all committed to the 20th of this month to spend an entire day working out our 2 to 5 year strategic plan for our chamber. We're going to sit in a room, and we're going to knock it out. And I can't wait to unveil that to you guys next month. It's going to be really awesome. So thank you guys for your commitment. They volunteer their time, and I appreciate that. And if you're interested in being on a committee or moving towards the board of directors or something like that, let us know, any one of us. And of course, we couldn't do all this without our wranglers. And Dina, stand up, and to get everybody to stand up if you're a wrangler. Here they are. All right. Hey, Mike, before I bring everybody up, nobody more honest than a cop to come up here and draw the names out of the bucket. Would you mind coming up here and do that? And by the way, I'm not his dad, just so you know. And then Jason, as you're sitting there relaxing, would you mind helping us pass out the gifts when they come up? So Mike, pick out a card and hand it up to me. And the first thing we're going to give away is a nice gold bag, and this is from our new member, future member, Leah Rodriguez with Silver Oaks Senior Living. There's some items in here. This will be fantastic. And who do we have? Let's see. Yeah. No, not Mike McCoy. He can't win. Mike McCoy and Newell Cheatham are not allowed to win. No. Hey, John De Reyes. John, I love it when our new members win something. This is really awesome. Huh? Yeah, you have to do that. But he's in senior living, and the door prize was from senior living, so that's really neat how that kind of worked out. All right. Next up, we have, let me get down here. Be our guest. We have 2 of these at the Spa Bella Piazza, and that is owned by Carla. Thank you very much, Carla. And we have one going to Blake Perkins. Blake, you need to go get a massage, Blake. There he is up there. And our next winner is, here we go, Limelight, Ken, a new member. Man, this is awesome. All right. Hey, Ken, you and Blake can do a couples massage there. That'll be a video, right? Okay. And My good friend, Carlos at Novel Construction. Are both of these the same thing? Carlos, where's Carlos? Two different people. Stand up, Carlos. Everybody see you. There he is, Carlos, helping us out. Each of these are $350 value, pavement and parking lot striping analysis. So if you have a brick and mortar, we can get you taken care of. If you don't need it, you might give it to a friend. Janice Perry, this might be something to give away, right? Hand it over to Janice if you don't mind. And Janice with Katie Fulshear Living, yes, love her. And she's a new grandma. Yes, that's right. Oh, and Jaspreet with it, Pet Evolution. Look at you. You need striping in your parking lot? There you are. Well, pet striping, that'll be good. There's a new thing for you. Okay. This is a cooler. Officer, I'm not going to look in there because I think a head might fit in that. What's in the box? Open the box. What's in the box? What's it? Open it up. Oh, Mike's Hard Lemonade. Now, this is generously donated by Newell's Designs. 10% off and you get 10% off of his design fee and everything. Where's Newell? Newell, where you at? Newell, I know you're here. Stand up. All right. So, everybody know who's going to win this one? Newell. Newell, I bet you got a closet full of prizes, right? So okay. Napo Gonda, Napo with his new business. Napo, fantastic. You're also the owner of Hot Works. Hey, can you drink Mike's lemonade while you're at Hot Works? After the workout. Okay, all right. All right. Our Navy man, Mr. Mike here, if you rub it on, pain is gone. In the winter of this, Mike himself will rub it on for you. Not this Mike, the other Mike. Hey, Sonia Myers. Sonia, right back there towards the back there, Jason. There you are. Thank you, Sonia. Congratulations, Sonia, with Katie Responds. That's a great little charity we have here in our local neighborhood, helping people fix their homes up. They still got people they're fixing up from Harvey, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Next up, we have Chris Liebom. It's complicated. It's a great book. Know what you should know about Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, long-term care, and all that. Very important to know. And our winner is Keegan Oberton with Gonda Legacy. There you are. Thank you so much. Huh? All new members are winning, and I don't know, my brother's drawing these, and I don't know if he made a deal with somebody or whatever. And our good friends, Corporate Family Counseling, this is $125 value, all gold coins. No, and they're our breakfast sponsor next month. So they want to get you an appetizer of Southern Dough Baking Company. They're going to be providing the breakfast next month. And some coupons to Corporate Family Counseling here, and that's a great thing that they do. We'll be hearing from them in just a minute. Hey, and there he is, Michael Pineda. Where are you, Michael? There he is. Congratulations. They're making great hats. Go see Michael and his wife. They're doing fantastic. And finally, from Electric Gas Savings, here we are. Where's Greg Zivov? Greg, stand up, Greg. Turn around, let everybody see how pretty you are. And this is like hurricane force winds right here, right? Yeah. It's called Hurricane Greg. And this is going to Joseph Mitchell. Joseph, right there, Joseph. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, Mike. Give a hand for Captain McCoy. He's taught him everything he knows. Still his big brother, I really am. Okay, now let's get to business. By the way, if anybody can go to the Space Cowboys games tonight, I have a suite at GFL tonight. A few of our board members are going tonight. but I do have 4 tickets, and I have I actually have 9 tickets, 1 parking pass. So if all of you want to get in a Volkswagen together, let me know. If you can go tonight, I have the tickets available. Okay, just catch me after the meeting real quick. All right. If we could put that slide up, that would be awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this being 9/11, it's always been a very special day to everybody, I'm sure. And I can't believe I was able to assemble a panel that I was able to for this day. Frankly, I'm amazed. And as I call your name, just make your way up to the stage if you don't mind. But today I have Mr. Will Chesney, U.S. Navy SEAL, Will Chesney, author of the book No Ordinary Dog. And we'll hear about his story in a moment, but he has spoken to our chamber before, and I'm sure on 9/11 he has been asked by many, many organizations to come and speak with their organizations today. He may have some, but he chose to come see us again, and I think that's awesome. So here he comes, this Navy SEAL Will Chesney. Get right in the center seat, sir. Good to see you, brother. And wait a minute, I got to do the old thing I know here. There's your bicycle. There you are. You got it. Okay. Next up, I have Mike Martin, our own Mike Martin. Come on down, Mike, a U.S. Navy veteran. Mike Martin. Mike Martin was a U.S. Navy Supply Corps, retired, spent 1 year in country in Vietnam, naval support activity, and a naval supply officer. And we all know nothing happens without logistics and supplies, isn't that right? So here he comes. So he also has the business, real-time pain relief. So here comes Mike. When he comes out, give him a big round of applause. Could you hand me that up here, please? Mike, congratulations, you made it. Good to see you, my friend. I have a seat right here. All right, thank you very much. You got right there, it'd be fine. Next up, we have our own Captain Mike McCoy with the Fulshear Police Department, and 42 years in law enforcement, and this is my baby brother, and I love him to death. He's awesome. Next up is another gentleman I love so much, and it's Chief Herc Meier, and Chief is over 50 years serving our community. I think he started as fire chief when he was 18 or something like that here in Fulshear. We'll have to ask in just a moment. Do you want to sit at 15? Do you want to sit next to Herc, or do you want Herc to sit over there? Oh, Herc, you're way over here then. Great. And last but not least, we're very fortunate to have our own Michael Hack, and he was the mental health incident commander to the New York Police Department during 9/11. So we have some interesting things here. And Mike, if you could, yeah, that'd be fine. Grab that microphone, and here I'll start this, and I'll grab this mic here. Now, check. Okay, the format basically is we want to, y'all grab some pictures and everything, and these guys, very, very impressed, and thank you all that you were able to come today and take time out of your busy day to share your thoughts, your feelings, and what 9/11 means to you. So we're going to do sort of a panel discussion and maybe feed off of each other, but I'm going to start with you first, Will, if you don't mind. And Will, tell us your story, a little bit about your dog, Cairo, but how you were involved after 9/11 and what drove you to, after 9/11, to do what you do.
Yeah, so during 9/11, I was in high school. I can still remember being I was in the library and watching it happen there on the TVs. So as soon as I was done with high school, I joined the Navy. Wanted to serve my country, but obviously that was a huge deal. That was my main focus.
Was the incident, was that your inspiration right off the bat when you saw that, or?
I think I wanted to join before,
before, but then
But
that really
obviously
motivated.
that was just like,
Yeah. And then once you joined the Navy, you decided to go into the SEAL program. Is that right?
yeah, I wanted to serve, and if I was going to serve, I wanted to be some sort of special forces. I love love the water, love being in the spending as much time on the water as possible. My grandpa was in the Navy, and I heard SEAL training was some of the hardest training in the world. So
It is
that's
the
what I
hardest
wanted to
training
do.
in the world. That's a fact.
Yep.
But you know, I love the water. Heck, you just could have been a swimmer, you know. But no, I'll just join the Navy and be a SEAL. You know, that's kind of to me beyond my realm of comprehension. Now, of course, you're married. You have a beautiful wife here and everything, and you also have some other babies with you that you took with you out there. And you were a K-9 handler. Is that correct?
I was a K-9 handler. So I served at SEAL Team 4 once I made it through SEAL training. Then I went to Naval Special Warfare Development Group. It's also known as SEAL Team 6. And once I got there, the dogs were being utilized overseas quite a bit. They were saving lives. So there's a saying in the book that I wrote about my dog, Cairo. I remember being in the team room once and somebody said, raise your hand if a dog's ever saved your life. And every single person's hand went up.
Really? Wow.
Those dogs are being utilized every night. So on my first deployment with my squadron at Dam Neck, I really saw the value in the dogs. Just crazy stories every night. And I'm sure y'all get the same thing in law enforcement. Just the dogs are such a valuable tool that as soon as I saw that, and once you become a SEAL, you don't just show up and be like, I'm a SEAL. I'm like, all right, good job. So are we. What else can you bring to the table? So you have to find another job, whether that's diving or breaching or sniping. And I saw dogs, and that was going to be one of my collateral duties for a while. And
So once you pass your training, you go into some sort of specialty.
you gotta bring something to the table. Good job. Everybody here's a SEAL. Once you show up to your team, like nobody here cares. Like find a job. Like, all right, cool.
Do something.
So
right?
what are you drawn to in dogs? I love dogs growing up, and I get to go to war with my dog and possibly save not only my life but my teammates' life, to find bad guys, explosives. Those dogs are just so valuable. I can't say it enough.
And let's go ahead and get out there, because you were on a very important mission. Would you just touch on that, and we'll maybe dive a little deeper?
Yeah, once I got to Dam Neck, I was very fortunate. My whole career I was very fortunate, but I got to participate on hundreds and hundreds of missions and do some very cool things. And two that really stick out were the Captain Phillips mission, where we...
Everybody remember that? Everybody seen the movie Captain Phillips?
Like, who here hasn't seen Captain Phillips?
Who hasn't?
You
If
should
you
go
haven't,
watch Captain Phillips. It's Tom Hanks.
We'll go see it together.
It's a good movie. So we successfully brought the captain home alive on that one, which was great. And then I also got to participate on the mission to capture or kill Osama bin Laden.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I say.
That one turned out pretty successful.
That operation was pretty successful. Well, again, what a hero. Am I right? Look at this guy. I mean, to see something as terrible as 9/11 happen and then still be inspired to go out and serve and do selfless service to protect your country, your friends, your family, and go out and take out the most evil things in our world. I applaud you for that, and there's not many people that would step up and do that, Will, and I'm honored to call you my friend. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It was good to find some sort of purpose. I came from the trailer park here, kind of close by in Southeast Texas, so I didn't have much going on. It was either drugs or join the Navy, and I decided to join the Navy, but I appreciate that. You know, a lot of innocent people died 23 years ago. A very tragic, jumping to your death or burning alive.
That's amazing.
It's a terrible thing, and it's not normal to go kill people, but there are evil people out in this world, and it was an honor to be able to, sounds weird saying it, to go over and kill terrible, terrible human beings that wanted to harm us. So
thank you.
It's better than doing drugs in the trailer park. So you don't have to thank me.
Absolutely. Well, we'll come back to you in a second. I want to jump over to the other end with Chief Herc Meier. Chief, I think I misquoted. When did you start out to be a fire chief, sir?
1976.
And you were how old?
17.
17, and you were the chief of the fire department at 17?
Yeah, I actually started volunteering here when I was 15.
And what led you to want to go into that career and service above self?
If I put it down to one word, it's brotherhood.
Brotherhood?
Yes.
Okay. And that has been the whole time here in the Fulshear area? Is that right?
No, you don't understand. I'm brothers with firefighters across the nation.
Oh, I know that, but I mean,
Okay.
as chief, you've been here at Fulshear area for the Fulshear-Simonton Fire Department?
Yeah, for some reason, I just can't get away from here. Okay, I mean, we're like 6 generations, 5, 6, I can't remember, but my family came to Texas in 1830. Okay, they settled here in Fulshear down on Bodart. My roots are still there, and I can't root them up.
Yeah,
So I'm
glad-
still here.
Well, how about that? So, living in a small town, which is now becoming quite a large town, but what did you think on that day in 9/11? What went through your mind? Were you worried about things that were going to happen maybe here to our homeland, here in the Houston area or in Fulshear, for instance? Or just tell us what, if you don't mind, your experience and what you felt.
I walked into the fire station that morning, and the person that I was relieving looked at me and he says, "Something bad's happening in New York." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "There's a plane just flew into the World Trade Center." And so we're sitting there, we're watching it on television as the second plane flew in. And my heart sank. And then, of course, we sat there for the next couple of hours watching it, and then the towers fell. Numb would be described what I felt at that point. It's terrible that the lives that were lost, and there's thousands of people that were lost in an instant. The firefighters remember 343 firefighters, but there's more than that died from that incident.
That's right.
The other part of it is that I almost feel ashamed, but not really. At the same point in time, how many firefighters were on scene that weren't killed that could have been? So I think of all of them. The mental aspects of what happened to them at that point in time and what they still live with today. It was a terrible event. It brought a lot of people together. And when we think about that event, and you said it a while ago, that was 23 years ago. How many people in this room do not remember that event? They were told about it, but do not remember that event that day. Think about that for a second. I'm recruiting firefighters today that when I say sacrifice is what 343 firefighters did in a moment. Because they tell me it's a sacrifice to come to work. I'm like, no, I pay you for that. Yeah. Okay? Members of the SEALs, of the military, that sacrifice, true sacrifice, because I don't think any of them walked away with a pension that was really great. Okay? The movie, was it Lone Wolf?
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor. I watched that shortly after it came out, and my only thought was, what I do is nothing compared to that, because that's true sacrifice. Thank you for your service from my heart. Okay? I can't even describe it.
You said that the brotherhood worldwide
Yes.
that firefighters have, that was probably a stinging moment when you saw those towers collapse, knowing that you probably felt something really sharp at that point in time. Did you?
It would take you 30 seconds to bring me to tears right now thinking about it.
I won't do that, but thank you, because your sacrifice every day, putting yourself out there, being ready, is a testament to you and the 50 plus years you've given to our community, and I look forward to recognizing you for that real soon, sir. So let's give it for Herc
Yes.
Meier.
Can you tell them why?
Huh?
Can you tell them why?
If I tell them why?
Yes.
Well, why?
Because I'm retiring.
Yeah, okay, well. But I have a sneaky feeling, I don't know, I may be wrong, but sometimes I don't think that word really, you may say it, but I think you might hang around the firehouse from time to time.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, if you'd hand the mic to Mike, and Mike is a Vietnam veteran, and I tell you that's yes, indeed, a round of applause. Mike, when you joined the Navy, were we currently in the conflict, or was that before Vietnam started?
No, I graduated from high school on a Friday. I started the university on a Monday, and Thursday of that first week at college, I got a letter in the mail. It said, "Greetings. You are hereby ordered to be go to the selective service deal." So about 3 weeks later, I show up, and the guy that's in charge, it was an Army guy, and he's looking very annoyed at me because I was in school, and he knew he had to give me a deferment because I was in college. He says, "But your blank is going to be mine 1 year from today because this deferment's only for 1 year. And you'll be wearing that Army green." So I'm a military brat. My stepdad was the United States Air Force, WW2 vets. I knew that if I was going to go in, because I'd been around and no reflection on will, there is a difference between enlisted, non-commissioned officers and officers. There is a difference. And I knew that if I was going to go in, I wanted to go in as an officer. So I was very lucky. I went down to the Navy Reserve, and the chief, good old chief, says, "Here, sign this. You're now a Navy Reserve enlisted guy." And I said, "But I want to be an officer." He says, "Oh, okay. Here's a little contract. Says if you get your degree within this time frame, we'll send you to OCS." And I was very lucky. I was very blessed. I worked my you-know-what off, and I got done with college in 3 years and 3 summer schools. Wow. So I was able to accomplish the goal, and I was sent to OCS. I was then sent to the Navy Supply Corps School, which is the business management arm of the Navy, and 6-month school in Athens, Georgia. And guess what? My orders came out of there. I'm going to Vietnam.
What did you think at that moment?
I thought God blessed me in a different way. That's the only way I could say that, because it was an experience. And I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to do 30 seconds. Everybody is doing a fantastic job, and many of the teachers are doing a good job of telling our students, tell if you see a veteran, thank you for your service. I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. For those of us that are Vietnam veterans, we did not get welcomed home. And what hits the Vietnam veteran the most is if you go, "Welcome home," before you say thank you. And it'll bring some guys to tears.
Wow.
So when we came home, I became a member of a group of Vietnam veterans back in California. And when my 9/11 story is, I'm working for a company. I'm in Chicago, heading towards the McCormick Center, which is the big center for doing shows. And everybody's watching the television as we're walking up into the deal. The first plane had just hit. And everybody's going crazy. I was standing next to 4 guys that were from New York, and they were running out of the building to go get cars because they knew that all the flights were then canceled. Everything got shut down. But I was stuck in Chicago for 7 days before I was able to get out and go back to the West Coast. When we came back, that Vietnam Vets group that I was a member of took out a full-page ad in our local county newspaper and said, basically, we're not going to let what happened to us happen to you young men and women that are going to go. And that was the start of some of the things you've seen today at the airports where there's a group of veterans meeting some folks that come home and when they can get the prior knowledge. Take advantage. Thank those young people. They're all volunteers today. There is no draft anymore. So it's a whole new set of things that are going on as it relates to the mental health aspects of it. There's just a whole myriad of different things. So I feel blessed that I was able to serve when I did. I did serve in country. Yeah, it was a rare area, but guess what? They shot at us there too. Mortars and rockets all the time.
That must have unimaginable, but thank you and welcome home. I never thought to say that, but I'll say it to you now. Welcome home.
Thank you.
And yeah, Mike Martin. And we'll get to, we got a lot of mics up here, I just realized. Michael, we'll get to you in just a minute, but I want to jump it down here. But thank you for your story, and we will dive a little more if we have time about it. But thank you for being up here and being. I wish the product you sold could do that magic, and the pain would be gone in a lot of ways.
Just for anybody that's out there, if you'd like to have me come as a guest speaker, I do some very interesting talks about, say, for example, the Vietnam Memorial Wall.
I'd love to hear that sometime. It'd be great.
So.
Thank you, Michael. All right, to another mic, Captain McCoy, and he's holding a mic. It's crazy. We joke around. I love this man so much. And I just say that during 9/11, I was really worried, and he'll probably dive into this. I was in Dallas. My mother had called, and I turned on the TV and just was totally dumbfounded and watched for over 2 hours. Herc, just amazed. And then through my mind, I saw there was planes going into the Pentagon and planes going into Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh my gosh, if there's one of these planes, one of the places they're going to hit is Houston along the ship channel, and my family lived in Deer Park, Texas, and that's where all the refineries and all the oil tankers, and I could just see that whole thing going. And I was literally talking to my mother saying, you need to start heading north, get up here to Dallas. And I was that nervous about it. But Mike?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I started with the Houston Police Department when I was 19. And when I was 23 years later, 9/11 happened. And I was sitting having breakfast. I was an investigator at the time. And I was having breakfast at an IHOP. And my mother paged me, and I don't know, you remember pagers, right? So she paged me, and it was her number, 911, so I thought something had happened to my mom. So I contacted my mom, and she said, did you see the TV? I said, a plane just went into a building in New York City. And I said, no, Mom, I didn't see it, but that's a horrible tragedy. I can't believe a plane, went off course and ran, not knowing that it was intended. So I got up, I told my partner at the time, we were both working together, we were investigators. We got up and we went next door to a sports bar who was getting ready for business that day, so they were somewhat open. They weren't open to the public, but we basically went inside and asked them to turn the TVs on. And they turned the TVs on, and we saw what everybody else saw that day. And as we're watching this, I've been on the police department with Houston for 19 years already when this happened, and I've seen a lot of tragedy. I've seen a lot of horrible things that people do to each other. It's shocking what evil is out there, but I've never seen evil like this. Evil was it was heart-wrenching, like Herc said. I felt numb watching these first responders and these people doing everyday life being killed in an instant. I immediately, my pager went off again. This time it was from the Houston Police Department. Our command was calling us all in. We all had to show up to work because we didn't know. We didn't know if all these planes up in the air were unaccounted for. We didn't know if they were going to run into the refineries, like you said, or into the financial district. My wife was working in the financial district in Galleria at the time. So I personally went over there, and we were told to go to one of my jobs was hit the financial district. So I told them, you guys got to close down. You have to get out of the building, just shut down for work today. You don't know what's happening. The unknown was really scary for all of us, so we didn't know what was going to happen. So that's what I did. That was my job during 911. Of course, we all, were all on call. Everybody came into work. All 7,000 police officers were reporting to work that day because we obviously didn't know what was going to happen, and we all know what did happen. So recently I got to visit last year. I got to visit the 911 Memorial in New York City. And if you get a chance to do this, I highly suggest you put it on your bucket list. It was heart-wrenching, memorable, and very, very sad. But everybody needs to know this. Everybody needs to not forget what happened, not forget the sacrifice. These men up here, amazing job. Thank you guys for your service, all of you guys. Herc, don't minimize what you do. I've worked with you a long time. I've seen your guys out there saving lives daily. Heart attacks, people dying, you're there in an instant before us sometimes. Amazing work, so don't minimize what you're doing as well. But, all these people up here, thank you guys for your service, as you as well, Herc. And that was my story. It was very heart-wrenching. And just when I saw evil like that, same thing. I was numbed, and I just can't believe people could do that to each other. So,
amazing, amazing. If you'd pass the mic to Mike. Michael was the mental health incident commander to the New York Police Department, and I think hearing this just now, you've probably heard sprinklings of distress, anxiety amongst first responders. I mean, I admire Will, but I'm sure that there was moments of fear. There was probably moments of tragedy that still live on in all of their hearts with comrades that step up and give the ultimate sacrifice and still do to this day. As Herc said, there are still firemen and firewomen losing their lives today because of that tragedy. And the mental aspect of this is probably gone a little bit unknown in the media, Michael, right? And we just see the physical side of it, and that's pretty natural for everybody. And so I want Michael to tell you guys what he did and how we're trying to heal that side of it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people still struggling with this today.
Well, thank you, and first and foremost, I'm humbled and honored to be on this stage with these men of honor and warriors, quite honestly. So thank you, Don, for this opportunity. And just to say that my whole career has been in the context of providing mental health services in different settings. But after 9/11, 2001, my dad was New York City firefighter, Hazmat 1. They lost 19 men out of 40 from their double firehouse, the hardest hit. And, while watching the story unfold, if you will, I had been a provider, amongst many, to the New York City Police Department. We would work with police officers and their families with, God forbid, suicidality, relationship issues, and the chief medical officer said, Michael, we're all hands on deck. How many can you bring? So myself and two others jumped on the subway, Long Island Railroad, and New York City subway. And my office, so to speak, was the center of ground zero for 3 months. So we had to get through 2 or 3 Army checkpoints each and every day. It was a war zone. And our simple job was to get all the different color uniforms, because there were Canadian Mounties, there were Department of Parks, U.S. Forestry, red, green, blue, orange, yellow. That was most striking to me, and it's amazing you could remember in an instant your sights, the things you saw, the smells, the things you felt or heard, and we just got all the first responders off the pile, so to speak, some of it still burning at early stages. And I saved my shoes, some of them still melted from walking around. And very quickly we realized that the rescue mission was all about search and rescue, became recovery. And to get men and women in to talk about all the things they saw and heard, tremendously therapeutic. So please know of that value. And I just want to hear more from Will and others on this stage because I'm honored. But they're all capable of extraordinary. I would argue and submit to you, you're all capable, and we're capable of extraordinary. Not at SEAL Team 6 level, however, we can still make the most of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. Cuts across all areas of your life and amazingly powerful.
Well said, and if, kind of off the 9/11, but I recall I moved back to Houston and almost 11, 12 years ago, and Mike said, "Hey, come home," and I said, "Well, where's Fulshear?" It's the other side of Deer Park. No, but my first experience in the chamber was Harvey. I mean, it came pretty quick. What year was Harvey? Was it 17? Wow, okay. And to experience Harvey was simply amazing, to see the community as a whole rally for each other and help each other. And Katie Responds still helps to this day. And to see what I had recognized adversaries in our community come together and put everything to the side and help each other. And as you said, Mike, we all have it in us. It's just that moment that presents itself. How are you going to act when it comes? And I think it's phenomenal, the human spirit, the reaching out to help. I mean, these guys, Herc and the police department and everyone around us was working 24/7. They needed places to sleep. They needed food. People were coming out of everywhere to help. And I think that's a testament to our community. And now as mayor, I want to keep that spirit alive in our town, and we have a heart for each other. So, Will, let's go back to you real quick, if you don't mind. Is there anything that you have that you'd like to tell everybody that about what it is when they come across men of your caliber and women of your caliber? There are women SEALs, is that right?
There are no women SEALs, but there are support
groups,
staff that help a lot.
And but it's a whole team, and these are all business people, and they have their teams as well. And so if you could kind of touch on teamwork, how important that is in the SEAL community, and maybe they could translate that a little bit in their daily lives.
Yeah, I mean, it's called SEAL Team for a reason. You can't just do. It's not Chuck Norris. This is Delta Force. That's Army stuff. This is the Navy SEALs we're talking about. No, it not only takes the SEAL team, but it takes all the logistics and everybody else, the people bringing you to the target, giving you the intelligence. So it's not just one guy out there doing it. We couldn't accomplish the missions that we have without the whole team coming together and preparing and putting in all that work and bringing everybody else in to get us there and give us the intelligence. So it's very important that we all work together. If one person drops the ball, let's just skip the Bin Laden mission for a second, which was a huge piece of history that needed to happen. Let's go with the Captain Phillips rescue. That's an American life on the line. If one person drops the ball on that and the whole thing falls apart, it's a terrible thing. So it's very important that your whole team comes together and pulls their own weight to accomplish the mission, whatever that mission might be.
Training, right?
It's a lot.
Train again.
That's it.
And training with the fire department, y'all constantly train with what you do. Mike, I'm sure you're training all the time with your business. Mike, you're in the training business. Mike, you're in the training business. I think it's phenomenal that if we don't overlook the training aspect, so you can prepare yourself, just like our board of directors is going to be doing some training with our strategic plan so that we can better serve you. But think about it in your business, how training could really elevate you and be prepared for anything that might happen. Tragedies come in all forms. This was unbelievable, an ultimate tragedy. But tragedies can be as small as, your business perhaps being robbed or something happening to you personally or to someone leaving your business that was critical. And if you're not trained and prepared for those contingencies, the rest of the bricks will fall. So I want them to talk a little bit about I know we're remembering 9/11, but how is training important, Mike, in what you do, and then how you're training citizens right now, as a matter of fact?
Well, obviously, training's a big part of both military, fire, and police. I mean, you guys all know what happens in these schools across our country and businesses. The active shooters is something that we constantly train for. The police department, along with the fire department, we work together to render aid. They go in with us, so we're constantly training, and training is probably the most important thing. At the Fulshear Police Department, I can't speak for all police departments, but at the Fulshear Police Department, every day we're doing something involving training, every single day. But I want to go back just a little bit. There's something I wanted to talk to you guys about regarding the 911 memorial in New York City. You know, we all signed up for this job knowing that this could happen to us, that we could be injured or killed doing our job. But the citizens that were in that tower that day did not sign up for that. They expected to go to work and come home that day. There's a section in the 911 memorial that I wish I hadn't seen, but I'm glad I saw, because it sticks with me to this day, and especially today. I want to tell you about this lady. There's a section in the memorial where it has warnings. If you go beyond this section, you will see stuff that you may not want to see. It's videos that were never shared with the public. And it's there. And so you have fair warning before you go in. So I knew fair well going into it, what I was going to see was probably something that was going to hurt my heart, and it did. But this one lady sticks with me. And Will talked about jump or burn. And this lady made the choice to jump. But watching her standing on that ledge, just wondering what was going through her mind, really, really bothered me, knowing that the first responders couldn't get to her to help her. I just wanted to help her. I wanted to help her through the TV. Just watching her wait and make that jump. And then she had modesty to hold down her skirt while she jumped so she wouldn't be exposed to the public. So to have the thought to do that, to hold her skirt and then jump, it just hit me really, really hard, and it bothers me to this day. But I tell you, this is what we're here for. We're here to help you guys, train to protect you guys, and we truly are here for you. I mean, I've done this a long time, over 4 decades. You know, Herc's done it for over 5 decades. We really, really care. We're not in it for the money. We're here to help. And so I appreciate you putting this panel together, Don. I know I give you a hard time because you're my brother, but thank you for putting this together.
You're welcome. You bet. Mike, if you hand it over to Herc real quick. Herc, we got a few minutes. We're going a little bit over time, and if you need to leave, we certainly understand. And oh, by the way, Will, I just got a text. Army guy here in the audience. He wanted to let you know that Delta Force is the combined arms group, which is the elite. So, he's stealth mode. He's out there somewhere, right? No, we do have West Point grad. He sits on our board of directors. Freddie, we can salute you too, Freddie. Stand up, Freddie. There you go, talking about all this, I think we lost some power. Did we blow us? I guess something. Check. Okay. Whoa.
I'm still good.
Yeah.
Well, we know who's been using overpowered the mic.
Yeah, I probably did. But some folks are leaving, and we understand that and everything. But if you're a veteran, stand up or raise your hand, and let's acknowledge you for your service. Police officer, first responder, all of you that have healthcare workers, any capacity. What all of you do is service beyond self, and that is an amazing thing. And not to say that all of you that have not served in some capacity, but you as business people, like I'm looking at Dina, who her business is geared towards helping veterans. And a lot of people have businesses here that help others. So thank you for doing that. Herc, real quick, we'll try to wrap up here. I know some folks got to go. But what does it mean to you, or what can we as a public do to support all the folks here and the fire department and our daily routines. Is it okay to come up to you and say, hope you have a great day, or something like that? Or what drives you from the public, if you don't mind?
I think just the acknowledgement that we're there and, saying thank you, really, that says it all. And I know walking up to anyone who I've known has been in my shoes, who has seen the things that I've seen, it's nice to let them know I got your back.
Yeah.
I think that's as much as anything else, and is letting them know that we're here for them and knowing that they're there for us.
That's awesome. Well, listen, I know we could probably be here for a whole nother hour talking. Is there anything anyone would like to add? Yes, Mike?
Yeah, Don is a member of the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce. And he recognizes us for the things that we do, and likewise we do for you, Don. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I want to just encourage anybody that wants information about the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce, our mission, one team, one mission, get people to buy more from veteran-owned businesses. Real simple. Thank you.
And you're buying local. Will, any last words? No? Michael? By the way, Will, your name is now Mike as well, and so are you, Herc. But if you all could stand up here and let's get a photo. There's another Michael in the audience. There he is. See, Michael, would you come to? If there's all Mikes stand up, and we're going to get a photograph of all of us here. And then if some of these guys can stick around, they'd be probably happy to say hello and do a personal picture. Everybody's getting their photos. All right, be sure to tag us if you put those out on social media. Once again, for our What a Heroes, everybody. What a Heroes. I want to say thank you so much.